Are you on the fence with whether it's actually worth it to splurge on a gaming PC? Or should you just save your money and go with a console like an Xbox Series X?
That's right, it's one of those again. Nothing wrong with trying to make a video that convinces people either to the PC or to the console side of the gaming war. Heck, I just did that not too long ago. Go watch my version of this topic. But if I'm talking about someone else's take on this topic, you can go ahead and start building out the console shill bingo card now. In fact, I'll give you a minute to do that before we start. Okay, let's start.
This video was sponsored by Best Buy, and they were so kind to send me these free products to keep, but I assure you that all thoughts and opinions are my own.
Okay, just so we're on the same page here, this is a PC YouTuber. He is a PC channel. He already left consoles behind in favor of PCs, but then he was given a console for free. He was given the opportunity to have a console without ever having to give any money to Microsoft or Sony or any of the other console manufacturers. I wonder if that's going to cloud your judgment in a video where you explicitly say the purpose is to decide which platform people should play on. And all this is being said from a place of authority, i.e. 75,000 subscribers. Spoiler alert, this video is terrible.
If you follow this channel, you already know that I do a lot of gaming PC reviews. And because of affiliate link clicks, I can see how much of each computer is sold.
Yeah, immediately after he says Best Buy sent him a bunch of free stuff, he then spends the next 20 to 30 seconds shilling affiliate links, just so, we don't have to do any kind of guessing as to what kind of person we're dealing with here. I'll skip over his affiliate link plugging and Best Buy sponsor stuff and get into his actual points. There's nothing wrong with playing the sponsor game. Absolutely get that bread. It's just a really bad look to do this in the way that you're doing it, considering what the video is titled and what you're going to be saying after the sponsor messages. So we'll skip through the sponsor messages and get into the actual video. And I guess I'll throw my own little sponsor message here too, so skip ahead 80 seconds, 90 seconds if you don't want to hear your own sponsor. Okay, go. Hey, hello, cool announcement incoming. So earlier this year, I was given the opportunity to play test a new indie game called Quad Battle, and if you exist between April 3rd and April 7th, you'll be able to try it too for free. The free demo on Steam is available from April 3rd to April 7th, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's a really cool game. It's a 4v4v4v4 party game that's kind of like an auto battler mixed with Monopoly, but also the game board kind of looks like Trouble, if any of you guys ever used to play Trouble as a kid. The game is still in development, obviously, and it's been in development for about a year now, so there's going to be some rough patches. Gameplay and visuals are not final, but take this as a Joe from Seattle endorsement that the gameplay itself is very fun, and I recommend checking it out during the playtest. And give the developers a follow on socials so you can keep up on development and see when things are going to be improved. Because if this is where we're starting and it's all uphill from here, the opposite of the Newfound Glory song, then this game's gonna be awesome when it's finished. And the devs are really cool people, so if you have some free time from April 3rd to April 7th, head over to Steam, try the free demo, and keep an eye on it, wishlist it. And thank you to Nyota for giving me the opportunity to playtest and to promote. I love being able to hype new indie games like this. So if you're watching this between the 3rd and 7th of April, go ahead and give the Quad Battle playtest a go. And now back to your regularly scheduled nonsense.
As of this recording, the Xbox Series X is way less expensive than the gaming PC. That is a pretty significant price gap, but there is a lot of factors to keep in mind when making this decision.
Yes, things like game selection are important, future-proofing is important, interface, customization, control options, lots of stuff to consider, tons of important categories to compare between these two platforms.
And to help you with that, we're going to be comparing their gaming library, thermals and noise levels, overall ease of use, online and multiplayer experiences, the strengths and weaknesses of both options, showing you what each of them come with and what they need, customizability, connectivity, and most importantly, graphics.
Most importantly, graphics. Most importantly, graphics. Graphics are the most important thing to consider when deciding between PC and console. Holy nutsacks. This is like the worst possible way you could have started the video, by the way. Just so we're clear about that.
And make sure to check my links below in the comments and description for the most up-to-date pricing. But first, let's rewind back into the past and check out what comes in the box with a console versus a gaming PC.
Oh good, we're doing this. I'll never understand why people try to use this as an objective point of the conversation or even remotely being important to the overall point of a video like this. If you buy an Xbox, you get an Xbox, a controller, maybe a trial of Game Pass or something, and the cables. If you buy a PC, there's like a million different ways you could get something out of the box because you essentially just make your own box. Did you build your own computer? Did you get a bunch of parts and boxes? Did you get a pre-built? Where'd you get that pre-built? That'll change the box if the box really matters so much. And the reason this is so stupid is that these are all things that the buyer knows going in. By bringing up what you get out of the box when buying one of the two platforms, all you're doing is just saying, I needed more stuff to pad the video. Because you're literally just describing the two things being compared as an aspect of the comparison that matters to someone who's actually trying to consider between the two of them. Does that make any sense? Like this is like if I was trying to convince you that a hybrid car is better than a purely gas-powered car, but when you asked why, I just started describing what a hybrid car is. Like, you already know what a hybrid car is, and you don't have one. That's why you need me to explain why one's better than the other. Or, to use a gaming example, I say Xbox Game Pass is a better deal than PlayStation Plus. You ask me why, and then in response, I just start describing what subscriptions are. And like, this is what you're doing at the minute 20 point of a 9-minute video. You've wasted the first, minute and a half of a 9-minute video just doing ad reads. You don't exactly have a ton of time to waste here, dear boy. And I'm not saying that this completely sinks the video or makes it unsalvageable, but you're definitely starting things out on the wrong foot, and the foot that you've chosen to start out on is a really stupid foot. Get rid of this foot. You're better off without this foot.
Presentation-wise, consoles always do a way better job getting you excited with the unboxing experience.
I mean, I beg to differ. I've had GPU boxes that made me very happy to open, and isn't this just a self-fulfilling point? If you have this idea that consoles look better in the box, and then your test for that is whether or not you subjectively think the console looks better in the box, aren't you inevitably just going to defend your own opinion? How is this something that's even worth bringing up in a video meant to help someone decide which platform to buy? How does the appearance and presence of the box help anyone's decision here?
A pretty nice design with great imagery on almost every side. Definitely something that feels epic opening on Christmas Day. Gaming PCs, on the other hand, like the one that we got, usually pretty bland and unexcited first impressions when it comes to the packaging.
You see what I mean? Genuinely, how is this supposed to help anyone's decision? It's 100% subjective. And it's the first point you bring up in this comparison. That's right, in this 9-minute video where the first minute and a half was wasted by stuff that doesn't matter, there's another chunk of the video that's wasted by fucking box sticker peeling ASMR. You're unpredictable, I'll give you that much.
Boom, what'd I tell ya? Power your dreams. We've got the Xbox boldly protruding out of this downward slope design.
Boldly protruding, baby, it's boldly protruding. This is a real video making a real comparison between consoles and PCs.
Now popping open the PC box, you're met with a massive unpacking instructions card.
That's right, literally every instance of unboxing on the PC involves a giant Lego instruction manual. 100% of the things that you unbox on the PC are like this. Consider this while considering your gaming platform because that absolutely matters so much. I promise, guys, my opinions are my own.
PCs will usually come with some Wi-Fi antennas and a power cable.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they come with.
In the smaller box within the Xbox box, you also get a small power cable, but also an HDMI cable and a controller.
Holy cow, they give you the necessary objects for interacting with the thing you bought? That's bananas.
And then you get to unwrap it like an exciting gift within a gift.
My opinions are my own, guys, I promise.
Beautiful. This is my favorite part with PC unboxings too, though. Removing the plastic.
So, it's not a point. Yeah, there's time for this. Game unboxing ASMR 2. There's time for this.
With PCs, though, you almost always have to open it up and remove some foam before you turn it on.
How dare those PC manufacturers ship their product in a way that doesn't break it? I prefer Microsoft not caring as much.
So we've already laid out the price for both of these, but it goes just a little deeper than that.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, console is cheaper, but many times PC games are discounted and cost less than the exact same game on console.
Well, technically, they're always discounted, because if they're not cheaper outright, like they often are, then there's almost certainly a key somewhere, like on G2A or CD keys, and that will be cheaper than the console version. Legit, almost every single multi-platform game can be purchased for less money on the PC one way or another at any given time.
Some other things to keep in mind are the subscription fees that you have to pay monthly for.
Yes, keyword is have to. If you want to play games online, you must pay for Xbox Live Gold, or for PS Plus, whatever tier that one is on the PlayStation. This is a fee that does not exist on the PC PC.
If you or the person that you're buying this for plays any online multiplayer gaming, Xbox has that dilemma. A gaming PC does not. Online multiplayer on a PC is just free.
Yeah, because paywalls are stupid and lame. Why did we need 2 episodes of Gamebox ASMR to get to the first objective comparison?
Local multiplayer is free on an Xbox though, and it's actually set up more for that than a PC is.
That's right, baby. Spin that negative comparison. Spin it, woo!
Many games that you can play on both the PC and the Xbox only have the option for 2-player split screen versus 4-player, and some just removed split screen multiplayer altogether on the PC.
The PC has more split screen multiplayer games than the Xbox, and if you want the PC to be just as capable of handling this, you can, by doing things like getting controllers or hooking the PC up to your TV. I understand the general point that the console is just more inherently set up for a local multiplayer because that's just how we all grew up doing it, but that doesn't mean that it's not an option on the PC if you really care that much about it.
Some of those games can still technically work with split screen multiplayer after jumping through some hoops, but I really think that should be an option by default.
Oh, you do know about this. You just don't care. Okay.
Ease of use is a completely different story. It is very, very easy to install games and find games on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, and it is on PC as well. And if you can navigate a console, you can navigate a modern PC. I don't know how we're still using this as a point. Literally, the only step that you have to add if you're downloading games on the PC is to download the launcher, which is one additional step. And you only do it one time. If you want to download a new game, you open the game store, you click download. Like, how is this different on either platform?
The carefully organized menus and optimized operating system offers the quickest way to get up and running on your favorite game.
Dude, look at this footage that he showed while he was talking about an optimized operating system. This is his footage. He chose to use this. Bro, if your operating system is stuttering that bad on app menus, you might not want to bring it up at all. Just keep that part quiet. Why did you do this?
Just the boot up time getting into Windows on some PCs takes longer than someone going from console off to actually being in the game.
Yeah, that's true in a lot of cases, but why would this be such a deal breaker, you know? Like, oh no, the average PC takes an additional few seconds to load games and to boot up from being shut down. Like, how many people actually care that much about, like, a 30-second difference? I would say on average, 30 to 40-second difference. That, like, I can't imagine that's a deal breaker for anyone who actually cares.
The user interface to get you from point A to point B on an Xbox Series X is intuitive, designed really well with cool animations, and just a better experience visually as well.
Yeah, I love having advertisements on the dashboard of the product that I already bought and is forcing me to pay extra money to use it online every month. I love seeing advertisements on those menus, but they look nice and they're very simple. There's a bunch of big tiles that I can change the color of.
With gaming PCs, there's a lot more factors involved that you'll want to keep up to date on in order to avoid any errors or issues, like Windows updates, graphics card driver updates, BIOS updates, and all of those graphic settings options.
Those are all options that you have. You don't have to utilize any of them. They're options. I know options scare you for some reason. I know you wish we could just have everything streamlined and you have one option and then Best Buy sends you free things every once in a while for you to definitely have an unbiased opinion about. This is rough.
Massively tunable graphic settings is a huge plus for a lot of people though. It makes things more complex, yes, but it's one of the major things that I love about PC gaming. You rarely get any control whatsoever on how a game looks or performs on a console like an Xbox Series X.
There you go. Now we're talking about objective differences. I'm proud of you that we got here eventually. Oh my god, there's another like 4.5 minutes of his video. I'm not even halfway done. Fuck my brain with a spoon. Shit.
Here's a few examples of the level of graphic setting customizability of some of the most gorgeous games. That is a lot of options. For PCs with really beefy GPUs, you can game at 4K with the highest graphic settings and still get way above and beyond that 60 FPS that most console gamers play at.
At 4K, remember. Yes, most console games are running their max graphics at 60 FPS. That's a thing that's happening. I love it. I love this. I love that we're still lying to ourselves about this. Don't worry, Joe. It'll all be corrected with the PS5 Pro or the Xbox Series X Pro. Yes, listen to the frame rate expectations coming from a company that has repeatedly lied to you about frame rate expectations.
Even with lower end graphics cards on a PC, if you're someone that cares more about the gaming advantage that you get with smoother gameplay, you may be happy with cranking your graphics settings all the way down to something more bare bones in exchange for better accuracy.
Because Call of Duty is such a fantastic example of games that run beautifully on the PC. They run so well.
This goes way beyond in-game customizability though. Pre-built gaming PCs like this Corsair Vengeance i7-400,
Registered trademark, my opinions are my own.
that are completely compatible with non-proprietary components, can have all of their parts decked out or swapped out as you go along, keeping it looking and performing fresh.
Be real with me. Did you write that or did they write that? Like, come on, bro. This whole video was just an excuse to read ads. I swear, this is so corny.
Upgrading to more powerful components gives your PC longer legs as well. I'm a sucker for LED lighting too. That can be customized in the IQ software to anything that you want as well.
Ooh, IQ software. IQ, I can't have any of that.
Or even sync it with your games to match what you're playing. You can also customize performance profiles on your PC, which will let you tune your fans based on whether you're looking for something that's quiet but hotter temperatures and a weaker performance, or if you don't mind louder fans and prefer cooler temperatures for the maximum performance.
Like, this is all true and it's all neat. It's neat, I'll give you that. But like, it's just so specific. You know what I mean? I think that's what bothers me about this video. It's just like, you know that these arguments were made so that way he didn't actually have to criticize either side. Like, why do you think he hasn't brought up cheaper games on the PC? Because he was sent to free Xbox. He's not going to inadvertently say that games are more expensive on one side, don't buy that one. Of course he's going to say the Xbox is getting 60 frames per second on the max graphics. It's sometimes true in some games. And then that's why we're going to go talk about fan customization and like the loudness of your fans as like a lead-in point of the PC side's advantages. Like you're using that as one of the big heavy hitters. That's the best you could come up with. It's just, why are we focusing so hard on aspects of this comparison that no one would care about?
After a long session of intense gaming, this is the loudest the Xbox Series X got. As opposed to this gaming PC which got this loud while gaming within the performance fan mode.
40 versus 42.5. Tremendous game changer point I'm making here. It's so important that I spent as much time as I did talking about that, because that is a game changer point.
As much as you may want to keep those fans in quiet mode indefinitely, you won't really be getting your money's worth in doing so, and it will still generate a pretty good deal of heat. Extended periods of time in hotter temperatures will shorten the overall lifespan of your computer.
Because consoles are so good with their thermal temperatures. They're just so good at it. They keep themselves nice and cool like the backside of a pillow.
You can see in our thermal imaging time-lapse from the moment they were turned on to when they were fully engaged in gaming how hot each of them got after an extended period of time. You may be surprised to see that the Xbox Series X actually seemed to get hotter than the gaming PC despite it pushing a lot more power than the Xbox. This is due to superior liquid cooling and extra fans.
So the point you made like 5 seconds ago about the PC generating tons of heat, you admit that just right out of the gate, flat face, that the point you just made, the thing you just said, is completely irrelevant, because not only is there a solution to it, that being cooling, but it's also still in a much better heat situation than the Xbox. We just jumped right over that, Jesus.
It also allows gaming PCs like this one to push that power even harder without overheating.
And then he just moves on. See what I mean? Like, why would we... I'm only thinking about this stuff because you told me to.
If you get a PC that can handle that glorious ray tracing in the graphics settings and still hit over 60 FPS, shoo, it's enough to make your mama slap a chicken.
Comedy. Absolute comedy. Peak comedy right there.
With PC, the sky is the limit with how great you want your games to look. Careful though, if you're getting this for your son or daughter, upgrading your PC is an addicting practice.
I love more subjectivity in the comparison. It's great. I love it.
They will always want the shiny new graphics card because of how much of a difference it makes on the way a game looks and performs.
This is a point I just don't agree with. I feel like people overblow this like crazy. I've been a PC gamer since 2017. I can think of exactly one time where I was actually like actively seeking to upgrade my GPU. Like, that's happened one time. The rest of the time, I've just been happy with the performance I'm getting. And I understand that every single time a new GPU comes out, that doesn't mean it's going to be a gigantic advantage over the last one. Like, the people who think like that are absolutely in the minority of PC gamers. PC gaming is just as expensive or just as not expensive as you want it to be.
Especially at higher resolutions. This is some gameplay from a few of those games with this PC, along with their FPS. You can see here in this chart what kind of an average FPS that you can expect for each of these games at their highest preset settings at 3 different resolutions that we extensively tested them at.
Like, why wasn't this the first thing you said? Why wasn't that the first thing you said about the PC? Why?
When it comes to peripherals, many game PCs don't come with any, and the ones that do usually stick you with something that's not that great. So you'll probably want to get your own gaming keyboard and gaming mouse.
Gamers. Get your gamer mice and gamer keyboards, gamers. Put them on your gamer desk. Sit in your gamer chair, gamers.
Many gamers, after gaming on both PC and console,
Gamers gaming on the gaming PC and gaming console, gamers.
will collectively agree that a mouse and keyboard provide higher precision, more customizability, and better accuracy.
And let's not commit one singular sentence as to why. Let's just say it be that way.
Last but not least, what you need to consider is the library of games. New Xbox games are all available on the PC with Xbox Game Pass. If you have both an Xbox and a PC, your one game purchase will work on both.
Which is rad. I like that. Thank you. I like that we're doing that now.
A large percentage of old Xbox games are available on Game Pass as well. But the Xbox can't even come close to the probably over 100,000 plus games that the PC has amassed in their library over the years.
Ayo, we win. Cool, thanks. I'm glad it took us this long to get here.
Hardcore PC gamers can also mod games to their heart's content on the computer. What you see is kind of what you get on the Xbox. You can even set up emulators on the PC, play games from all kinds of older consoles for the more nostalgic gamers. Overall though, when weighing all of these factors, the clear winner for me is the gaming PC.
Okay, great. We're done with that. We're done with that one now. We got to the right answer, but it really hurt a lot to get there. Whew, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. I don't have anything good to say to wrap this video up. I gotta pee so bad. Okay, toodles.